Today I tried out Paperclip, which is an orchestration platform for zero human companies. What does that mean? That you basically set up a CEO agent and give that agent the responsibility to run a company, and you set certain outcomes that you want, and then they can create new agents or hire new agents. I'm trying to say, not say people. So they try to hire new agents. You approve that as a human in the loop, and then they start creating tasks and doing things in order to achieve that goal. So it's this GitHub. It's open source, so you can just copy that. And here we have our dashboard. So I ran this for a couple hours. I spent $20, which is good or bad depending what you have this thing doing. And basically, it was very self-contained. So basically here in the org, I have a CEO, and then I have 3 additional roles. So basically, I did this for LowCode Agency, and the job for the CEO was to create content, engaging content in different platforms. So I kind of helped the CEO figure out who we should hire. So by default, automatically, it decided to hire the founding engineer. And you can see here, I can modify the settings or capabilities, the prompt template. I can select which AI model I'm using, Claude or Codex and or OpenCode. I tried OpenCode and it didn't work out. The permissions, the budget, etc. So basically right now, and then I created the content strategist and the content analyzer. So each of them have different roles and different responsibilities, and you have the CEO deciding what to do next. So it was very interesting. It moved very fast, and it felt a little bit too much because you don't know what's going on. So the most important thing for these agentic companies is to have like a very clear plan. Where do you want to go, how to do that, and then the agents start working. So for example, something pretty cool, I'll show you here. Something pretty cool was that I asked the founding engineer to connect to TLDV, which is the software tool that we use to record all of our calls. So I just gave it the API key, and then it figured out what we needed to pull from TLDV, like recordings or transcripts or highlights, whatever. And then it gave those transcripts to the content analyzer or the content strategist, and then together they kind of figure out what to do. So you can see like they're generating like these issues and creating, so here the hire a content analyzer, and then there was like a blocked on board approval, so manually I had to approve it, right? So very, very cool seeing this live working. So I did this document, which is basically, we have the agent definitions here. So the role, and then basically for the content analyzer, I was like, you should check out our space, like who's building like us, like other agencies, content creators in the AI low-code space, who should we follow, what templates or frameworks they're using for creating content, etc. So you have to be very thoughtful in terms of what you have each of your AI agents, AI employees doing. So the content strategist, I gave them all of the context of how we write at LowCode, the content pillars, and it automatically started to creating some strategies for LinkedIn, for Twitter, for a newsletter, etc. You can see here one of their tasks is to create a daily report. So we have like this content intelligence report, analyzing the top performing competitors, the trending topics on Twitter and LinkedIn, which was pretty cool. New creators discovered, content strategy recommendations. Then we have the watch list. Then automatically it also generated like this content calendar for a couple of weeks, I guess. What are we supposed to post on LinkedIn and on Twitter? These needed a little bit of input by me. I don't think that content color is that good because we have another AI agent already trained. But if you have nothing, it's a good starting point. And then it analyzed all of our transcripts and brought over like a lot of context in order to start doing some additional posts around that. So pretty cool platform, moves very fast, I wish that it had a way to have human agents as well. So my wish was that here in the org chart, you would have some roles which are AI agents and some roles which are humans, and then they can work together. That'd be very cool. I think that Paperclip is mainly built for agentic companies, so companies that you set up a bunch of agents and they run it by themselves. But something where you have more humans in the loop would be very cool, because then you would be able to have a developer like the founding engineer and the QA, etc. But then you would have some roles or some tasks that are approved by different roles at a company, not only by the board, which is the human. So that's it. That's it. Cool stuff.